Guys, it's 5 in the morning and I'm having insomnia. I'm having trouble sleeping because the worst nightmare, possible nightmare, is just running through my head. The thought of losing a child. Yesterday, my kid was in boxing class. It was supposed to end at 5 o'clock, but he was wandering outside on the streets by himself at 4:55, 5 minutes before the class was supposed to finish. And I'm just like livid. I'm stunned. I'm still in the stunned phase before I'm getting to the angry phase, or I'm kind of in between right now. And he just didn't know what to do. He was confused, so he just left because they ended the class early, and no one was there to make sure that a parent was there. I told them that like I would be at a coffee shop a few stores away because there are no seating areas for parents. So when you're signing your kid up for an extracurricular, you have to make sure that there are seating areas for parents. I mean, they didn't say no. I mean, I could be there, but there are like no chairs. Well, they have folded chairs in some other room, but like it's just awkward. There's just nowhere where a parent can sit. So you're supposed to just trust them with your kid. And I drive far for this class. It's like a good 20-minute drive. And I went there because like the teachers were qualified to teach boxing. And there aren't a lot of places in this city where, and I live in a small city, and there are something called McDojo's. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I'm still stunned. And the thought of losing a kid is I just can't like... There are no seating areas. They end the class early. No one cares with what's going on. There's just so many kids. I don't know, there are 2 or 3 instructors. They're not clear about who's the instructor, or the proper introductions are not given between the manager of the place and the teacher, the parent. Like, it's just the connections are not there. So I don't know what to do. I mean, I would love to scream and yell or write a mean email or write a Google review and tell all the other parents in the city. I mean, I'm competent enough to know how to really ruin a business like that, or really make sure that they know, like, hey. Oh, and another thing I want to point out, and another thing that strikes me is that like, they really pride themselves on their morality. They call themselves a Christian gym there. And they have like Bible verses everywhere. So I saw an instructor with a Bible quote on his shirt. And when I went in there the first time, I remember hearing like this, I don't know, this kind of alt-right rap music where they talk about like, the woman's right to choose, and they're killing babies. And like, dude, you just killed my baby, almost. Like, you don't know what's going on. I mean, this is a very hostile environment where there's like big trucks driving really fast. It's like in front of like a rural road where there's like a lot of new traffic because they're building some houses there, and there's like it's like a busy shopping area with a coffee shop, so like people are going through the drive-through, and you don't know what's going on. And it's a 5-year-old kid. And I'm just horrified that they pride themselves on that morality aspect, and yet they're just so, they don't care. Like just let a 5-year-old walk outside. So yeah, I don't know. So it's just a small city, and my son's been asking for boxing classes for weeks now, months actually. And we actually got this boxing thing where he can practice punching. And I want to make him happy, and he's been asking for months, and I said, okay, fine. We got him boxing gloves, and I tried to find like the best gym in town. And just because someone is really good at a subject, doesn't mean that they're also good at being teachers. But I said, okay, well, that's fine, as long as they're good at being to me, like, at least being well versed in like what you're talking about teaching, that should be important. Like, being a good teacher is a bonus, I guess. But anyway, so I'm very angry, and now I don't know what to do. The best course of action, because maybe he wants to go into that place like in the future. Maybe he wants private lessons. Maybe it's better for that. I don't want to be on bad terms, but man, they almost killed my kid. But I live in a small city, and my kid likes boxing. So what do I do? So, and then like I'm thinking, okay, well, there's other self-defense places in the city. And then I learned about this term called McDojo's from my research, because like these places, they charge like hundreds and hundreds of dollars and hundreds of dollars for the equipment. And you go on the website, like there's one place, like they don't have the biography of any of the teachers on their website. I asked them questions like about their self-defense training, and they say, oh, we teach a mix. I'm like, well, that's weird. You know, I'm into music, and I don't teach a mix of music. Like, well, I don't teach at all, but I'm not into like country, jazz, and EDM. Like, you specify in one thing and you teach that, right? I mean, you know the foundations, but you should at least, I mean, are the teachers going to be black belts in all of those Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu? Like, that's what they're teaching, like three martial arts. In this one place. And then they kept on trying to shift the conversation to like, oh, but we teach kids character and nutrition and other things. And I'm thinking like, well, I'm with my kid all day, I'm homeschooling them, so I think I got the character part down. I don't need strangers because they don't have their biography on their website. They don't properly introduce they don't have their bio. Like, they're not going to give me their resume just like verbally. I like to, you know, kind of see it. You know, you're hiring someone to be with your kid for like an hour. Like, who are you? You know, oh, we teach your kid character, nutrition, and I'm like, well, I don't know who you are. Like, all I see is like, okay, like, don't get angry, but like, I'm just judging a book by the cover, and the cover I see is an obese woman. Very nice, but teaching my kid character and nutrition, like how do I know like how self-disciplined you are? How do I know what you know about nutrition? You know, like I cover that well enough, you know. So like all I do is talk to my kid about nutrition, and I'm in a city with like with an obesity rate of 40%. So there's that. And it's just really hard to find a place that's not like, and like I found out that like this place is like a major chain with like lawsuits and all sorts of issues. And from my research, and like, why do I have to do this kind of digging for like isn't there just a place where someone's like, hey, I'm an expert in kung fu, I know about like teaching kids, I educate myself in early childhood development or whatever it is, pedagogy or whatever, and I'm just going to teach your kids this martial arts or whatever. Well, why isn't there just like a place like that? You know, everything seems to be like a money grab. Everyone just wants money, but they're not passionate about the other side of it, which is like teaching your kid like in a good manner. Like, here, this is what I'm going to teach them. This is like how they're progressing. I'm going to make sure that they're safe. They're not going to be wandering outside by themselves. Like, whew, it is so hard, as you know. And I'm homeschooling. Yeah, it'd be better to do the private thing, private lessons, but like I want him to be around other kids. Where can I send him where he can be around other kids in a safe environment, and it's like nurturing his intellect, he's learning something? Like, is this like not possible in a small city? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't want him to be a like just like a homebody. Like I'm a very extrovert person. I like to be outside. So, and yeah, there are library events, but like it's just there's not consistent people coming, the same people. Like, it's just always random. So you're not building any connections. Like, where can I go to take my kid so he can, you know, build connections with other kids in a safe place with qualified adults supervising? So yeah, finding martial arts place, or could be maybe, I was even thinking about the summer camp, but I just couldn't find a summer camp. Like, there's this one for science. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll sign them up. But then they send the kids once a week to the whole day or half a day to a water park. And my son, I'm not confident in his swimming skills, and I'm not confident that a teenager will you know, surveil well enough so to make sure that the kids are not drowning. And it actually happened in that water park that they sent them to. Someone almost drowned. They had to be hospitalized, or I think, or something. So, and that was a teenager. So at that water park. So, and I'm not a parent that like freaks out at like anything, but my God, like, don't. I don't want that worst possible thing to so easily happen. So these are the qualms of a parent these days, I guess you could say.